Because I saw something on Twitter spinning. I was scrolling, and you already know. Some Jared Goff shit come up, I'm quick to hate.
Yeah.
I'm quick to point out, yeah, but that happened. Yeah, but he had this, he had that. And I saw something on Twitter today. And I didn't have a quick reaction to it. I still don't necessarily have an answer to this. If Jared Goff is able to do the unthinkable and win the North and bring playoff football for the first time to Ford Field, win a playoff game, and maybe more, ... We'll go playoff win. Does he surpass Matthew Stafford in the ranks of Lions legacy?
Yes. Easily yes. And this is the anti-Jared Goff show, as you label this. I love Stafford. Loved Stafford in this year. But yeah, if he wins a playoff game, if he wins a division, if he does two things that Stafford could never do in his career, yeah, for sure. The Lions have never won the NFC North. The Lions haven't won a playoff game in over 30 years. If he can do both of those, then yes.
See, my player-hating mind immediately jumped to when you think of this Detroit Lions team. And I'm not even just talking about, like, us. I'm talking about, like, national media. When they're hyping up this Detroit Lions team, Jared Goff does come up, yes. But it's names like Ben Johnson. It's the names like CJ, GJ. The names like Kirby Joseph, like David Montgomery. I mean, am I wrong? Am I being an absolute player? Like,
I think so. Quarterback's the most important position on the field, period.
Because I came down to know.
Why? How?
Because, like, as an individual player in Lions legacy, like Goff just feels like I'm catching a lot of hate for this. I know it. But kind of just along for the ride. I mean, it's like, I don't know how racing works, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But if I went out there spinning and I raced you in my tracks, and you raced me in your fucking Hodor Silverado
Blazer.
F-250 Blazer, you'd win.
Probably, yeah.
And then if we switched cars, and I got in that four-door
Blazer
F-250 Silverado Blazer,
yeah,
and you were in the tracks, I would win.
Maybe.
Right? So sometimes, like, just the machine along with it. And Jared Goff has progressed. Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong at all. But what's one thing this team has that Matthew Stafford never had in his entire career? It's coaching.
That's fair.
Matthew Stafford has...
Jim Caldwell was a good coach.
Okay, yeah. Was he this?
You love Jim Caldwell.
I love Jim Caldwell.
I love Jim Caldwell.
Was he ever this?
No.
Was he ever Ben Johnson?
No.
Did we ever have a Ben Johnson?
No.
Kellen Moore's probably the closest thing, and he left as a quarterback's coach to become offensive coordinator elsewhere. Scott Linehan was pretty close too. They allowed him to leave too. I was pissed off about that. They allowed Mike Martz to leave too. That shit did piss me off.
How did you feel about that 2014 team though?
Nothing like this.
No?
What do you mean no? No one's ever felt this is the first time in Lions history they ever sold out season tickets.
Yeah, that's true.
Matthew Stafford's never had this type of coaching staff.
But you didn't think that 2014 was capable of winning a division, winning a playoff game?
No.
No?
No.
With one of the best defenses in the NFL?
2014. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the year after a year prior when they made the playoffs without suing them.
Yeah.
And they played Seattle. That's the team I was thinking of, 2014. That team, I thought they could win a division, yeah. That team definitely dropped the ball. But, no, it wasn't the type of confidence and hype that I have in this team here. It was the Detroit Lions of old where they constantly fucked something up somehow, some way, every single time. But my whole point is, though, we're ranking Jared Goff over Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford... I don't even think. I know. You know. Everyone who watched him knows. Let's be respectful of the time that he was here. However you felt about him.
Dog.
Carried this team at times.
For sure.
Right? Think about the receivers we had in the past. He's made plays with the Chris Durhams, the fucking Corey Fullers, like those type of names that he's made like highlight plays and game-winning like throws to constantly, time and time over again. It goes back to us racing in the cars. I'm probably gonna win in the fucking Hodor Silverado F-250 Blazer.
Yeah. Just
as you would. So Jared Goff just feels like he is the guy in the better system, the better car going. I don't feel comfortable putting him over Matthew Stafford.
You know what also goes hand in hand with racing cars?
What?
Is at the end of the day, you don't look at who had the better car, you look at who won. You remember who won the race. You don't remember you being in a Trax and me being in a Blazer.
Do we?
You remember who won the race.
Trent Dilfer won a race.
Trent Dilfer won a race. And Trent Dilfer's a Super Bowl champion.
No one's really talking about him as like a legacy guy in the Ravens quarterback history.
I mean, they think he's better than the guy that got after him that didn't win the Super Bowl. I don't even remember his name.
But right now, I got a shout out to Dre, by the way. But I hope, Dre, if you're listening, hop in the Woodward Sports Chat and answer this now. Legacy-wise, who do you think holds higher in the Ravens' history? Is it Lamar Jackson or Trent Dilfer?
Trent Dilfer's got a Super Bowl.
It's Lamar Jackson, brother.
I don't know.
Trent Dilfer is along for the ride.
You also can't fully make that comparison because Lamar Jackson was a unanimous MVP. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
The Goff Stafford equation, like neither one of them have like that close to a differential in talent. I don't think the talent gap is.
No, you don't know.
I don't think the talent gap.
I never pull this card on you because I
strong.
never want to disrespect you like that. But no, Matthew Stafford talent-wise is night and day than Goff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
not
not even close.
arguing that, but I'm saying
He's
Lamar
saying Stafford
Jackson was
night and day
unanimous
isn't-
MVP.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson.
He said the talent gap isn't as large as
Trent
Trent.
Dilfer.
and
It
Lamar.
isn't.
Yeah,
It's not that large.
It's not. But I mean, that's the closest thing to come to the top of my head. But there's still a difference, right? We all agree that Matthew Stafford's like the better quarterback between the two, like tit for tat, tit for nit,
Tit for tit.
Yeah,
tit for nips.
we all.
What about Troy Aikman and Tony Romo?
You gotta go Troy Aikman.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Troy Aikman wasn't a great quarterback. Look at his
But Tony
stats.
Romo, did he win a playoff game?
I don't know.
I don't think. I don't think.
Did Stafford?
No, he didn't.
No.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like the results of this situation though, I think this is more of a team effort. Like look at how hype that last segment.
So was the Cowboys.
When you
when they
took
were
off
winning
your
Super Bowls.
shirt and you were flaunting those beautiful tits of yours.
Oh.
Were we talking about Jared Goff?
Yeah, Jared Goff got brought up.
No, we were before then. But what led to that?
Yeah, no.
It was the defense. Like it just feels like he's more product of the fucking Hordor F-250 Blazer.
If Jared Goff wins a division and wins a playoff game in Detroit, I think he's higher than Stafford on the totem pole.
Yeah. Easy. I don't disagree with the points you're bringing up. Like, yes, Goff is in a better position to win than Matt Stafford was in Detroit. And yes, Matthew Stafford is a much better quarterback than Jared Goff. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at the history, like Spencer just brought up, he brought up multiple scenarios where a quarterback achieved less, or a quarterback achieved more than the more talented quarterback. And in hindsight, NFL looked back at that quarterback as the better quarterback or the more important legacy-wise quarterback. Like winning trumps all of this other factors that you bring in.
Well, how about I lay it to you like this, player? Who was the quarterback during the Barry Sanders days?
Scott Kramer. Oh,
Exactly. And they won playoff games.
they won one playoff game.
That's what we're talking about here.
30 years ago.
That's what we're talking about here with Jared Goff.
Yeah, and it's better than zero division titles.
But you couldn't even name the guy's name.
I think it's Kramer. Kramer was the
Scott
last.
something.
Kramer, I'm pretty sure. He was the last quarterback to win.
From Seinfeld.
Yeah, no, his last name's Kramer. I'm pretty sure.
JB, you're the oldest one in the room.
Barely.
Barely. I don't remember the quarterback back then.
He's
Jeez.
just
But
trying
he
to,
won the playoff
he's
game.
just trying to act like he's not 30.
No, I'm not 30. Facts.
So you got 6 days left, brother.
Shit, what y'all give me for my birthday? Hey, by the way, I think
Eric Kramer or Scott Mitchell. I don't know which one.
it was Scott Mitchell.
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
think it was Eric Kramer. And they upgraded Scott Mitchell in free agency. I could be 100%
Yeah,
wrong.
and who you care about more? The one that won the playoff game.
No, we don't care about none of them. We've all as of now, who was the best quarterback in Detroit Lions history?
It was Scott Mitchell.
Scott Mitchell. Okay,
Stafford.
I was right. Scott. Ha, fuck Kramer.
Stafford.
Fuck Seinfeld too.
No,
Play the
Seinfeld.
laugh track.
Whoa. Seinfeld's great.
Yeah,
Boom, boom, boom.
I never watched that actually.
It's
I just like
Seinfeld's
shit on
great.
Seinfeld.
it's good. It's the best comedy about nothing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Well, anyway,
There it is.
Copyright.
hey, we need a laugh track.
We do.
Film in front of a live
But no, that's-
studio audience.
Scott
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
won the playoff game, but who's regarded as the best quarterback in Detroit Lions history?
Matt Stafford.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he is. That's the same way I view this Jared Goff situation. Jared Goff goes out there and they win the division and they win a playoff game, which Scott Mitchell did. Maybe it could have been a wild card. I'm not 100% sure.
People are saying Bobby Lane's the best quarterback in Lions history.
No one's saying Bobby Lane's the best. I mean, they people are in the chat.
Adiz
Yeah.
411 said Bobby Lane's the best.
Actually, technically, they're not wrong though. He did win like championships. There's the Bobby Lane curse.
The laugh track would be essential.
I'm sticking with Stafford, bro. And it's not a hate thing.
Hate.
It's just as I observed the whole situation too with Scott Miller, who won the playoff game in the
Scott
Detroit
Mitchell.
Lions. Whatever. We don't even fucking care about this guy. And he won the playoff game in Detroit Lions gear.
I'm just saying, how many times do we talk about on this show and all the shows oh, if the Lions win a playoff game, this city's getting burned to the ground. It's party central, like blah, blah. Like at the end of the day, it shows that everybody only wants one thing, and they want the Lions to win.
Yeah.
And if Jared Goff happens to be the guy that gets you that, then he's going to be remembered and revered and demanded a statue.
Brother.
He's not getting a statue.
I know he's not, but people are going to say it. You better believe the chat's going to say that.
Why is that not the case for Scott Mitchell? If he won the playoff game.
Because you also had arguably the greatest running back of all time in Barry Sanders.
Right? Because there's another piece you credit more for the success. That's why.
But there's nothing that's Barry Sanders about this Lions. Other than
Ben Johnson's fucking.
Ben Johnson is
Barry Sanders of offensive coordinators right now. He is fucking shit up. Andy Reid. No, I know about that. Andy Reid, Super Bowl winning head coach.
Would you rather have Ben Johnson or Kyle Shanahan as your offensive coordinator?
Kyle Shanahan.
Would you rather have Ben Johnson or Andy Reid as your offensive coordinator?
Ben Johnson.
You'd rather have Ben Johnson than Andy Reid?
Andy Reid's nice. Let's be real about it. What the fuck did he do before Patrick Mahomes? He was nice.
He was good with the Eagles.
He was nice. But this guy, Ben Johnson, makes Jared Goff look good. Laugh track.
Andy Reid made Alex Smith look like a baller.
He did. I got me Ben.
Ben Johnson or Sean McVay?
Jared Goff's better than Alex Smith. Right? I don't know, dude. Alex Smith actually went and won again in Washington.
Ben Johnson or Sean McVay?
Ooh. Gotta go Sean McVay.
Yeah, so that's two. You're not taking two running backs over Barry Sanders.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not a single one.
No.
Not a Walter Payton.
No.
That's all I could say. That's the only argument I might put in there, honestly. But still, nonetheless, the reason why somebody else is credit for the success, and I feel it's the same way here with Jared Goff. This feels like more of a team situation than it is a Jared Goff situation. Another example of that, too, would be Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's kind of different, too, because that's the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, shout out Kyle Shanahan.
Shout out Kyle Shanahan. They have a great history as a franchise. They have Super Bowls in their franchise. Before Tom Brady, the most winningest quarterback was Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
He's part of that franchise, too. But nonetheless, though, Jimmy Garoppolo took that team to multiple Super Bowls. Not multiple Super Bowls, but to a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He fucking cast it aside. Like, no one's dick riding the average if he was just the guy in the fucking F-250 Hordor
it's completely
like,
different.
I can't put him over Jared.
You can't bring up the 49ers and say it's similar to that.
It is similar to
that.
that.
The Lions don't have a Joe Montana or a Steve Young to be like, yeah, he's not that good. They don't. They don't have a Joe Montana or Steve Young legacy quarterback.
But regardless,
the
Jimmy
legacy
G
of
is
Lions,
not viewed in any type of light like that at all.
The legacy of Lions quarterbacks is nowhere near the 49ers.
That's fine. But the point is, this guy's gone to the Super Bowl and no one's looking at him that way. When he got a $40 million deal with the Raiders, everyone's like, oh, fuck, that's great. Devontae Adams wants to be traded after they made him the fucking starting quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what Jared Goff is better than Jimmy G, by the way, too. But Jared Goff is a part of this. It's not because of him. Every success that you saw with the Detroit Lions previously, I'm not going to say because of Matthew Stafford alone. Matthew Stafford played a huge.
Yeah, I mean, also Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Who do you credit more to the success, Calvin Johnson or Matt Stafford?
Combination of the two, because we saw Calvin without Matthew, and we were only 16.
That's fair.
But I'm just saying, like Matthew Stafford, I got Matthew Stafford over Goff. If Goff goes beyond that playoff game and makes the NFC Championship and like shit like that, we got conversations then. I'm cool with that then. But until then, Matthew Stafford is the greatest Detroit Lions quarterback of all time.
That's fair.